In this new documentary series, we will be exploring the different types of learning difficulties and disabilities faced by young people in Britain. In this episode of You Don't Understand, we will be investigating a condition that affects many young people today: autism. So what do people really think autism is?
All it means is that it just sees things a little differently.
I find it difficult communicating.
Is when your brain works differently to other people.
Mind sees the world differently.
A condition that lasts for a very long time.
A very different understanding of kind of your senses, a different sensorial experience, and also a different understanding of society.
Autism is a lifelong condition that affects how a person relates and communicates with people around them. The symptoms of autism are being unable to socialise with the public, having difficulty with non-verbal communication to interact with other people, for example using eye contact and performing repetitive actions like tapping feet or hands. There is not just one type of autism, but several. These include Asperger's syndrome, pervasive developmental disorder, Rett's syndrome, and childhood disintegrative disorder. We will be exploring these specific types of autism in more depth later in this episode. But first, here are some facts about autism that you probably didn't know. Autistic children bond well with horses. Believe it or not, horse riding is good emotional therapy treatment for children who are diagnosed with autism. There is no clear answer on why autistic children bond well with horses. However, a theory by Dr. Temple Grandin suggests that it's because both horses and autistic children share detailed visual thought processes. There is gender bias in diagnosing autism. When doctors have studied autism, boys get most of the attention, and girls are less likely to get treatment as early as boys. In fact, the diagnosis ratio of boys compared to girls is 4-1. There is no link between the MMR vaccine and autism. Studies show that educated mothers are less likely to give their children the vaccine due to misinformation. There is no scientific proof of this link. In order to find out more about autism, we spoke to experts who have experience of working with people who've been diagnosed with autism.
Well, autism is a condition that's actually defined officially as a disability, and it's a spectrum of disorders, if you like, about how your brain processes information. And it's to do with how you view the world around you and the development of your social communication skills.
And quite often, if they are not communicating or interacting well with their peers, that can cause problems for them in the playground or friendship problems. They may have difficulties forming and maintaining friendships because of the inability to interact in a social aspect.
The effects are very wide-ranging, from a child that is at one end of the spectrum where they are not able to communicate with the outside world at all, to children who function very, very well and are often very bright and academic. The sorts of signs are things like the need to stick to routines, the fact they don't tend to like change, there's oversensitivity in terms of their senses, and of course there are the social communication skills. So being able to read body language, being able to understand a joke. Often for an autistic child, they take things in a very literal sense, and that has to be thought through when you're having a conversation or trying to explain something in the classroom.
As you can see, autism is a complex and challenging condition for those that suffer from it. But with more information and better support available, attitudes to autism are slowly changing, and more specialised help is available to those diagnosed with the condition. If you are concerned about any of the issues raised in this episode of You Don't Understand, please call the National Autistic Society on 0808 800 4104 or visit their website where you can find more information about autism and where to find the right support. We leave you with the most recent campaign film from the National Autistic Society, which highlights the difficulties autistic people face in the workplace.
Is it Stephen? Please, follow me.
Congrats on all the awards. So, tell me about yourself.
So, what would you say your strengths and weaknesses are?
Really? You don't look it.
Just so you know, the role has changed ever so slightly, but it's nothing major.
Let's find out a bit about you. So what experience do you have? What skills, what abilities? Anything?
It doesn't seem like you've had a job for a few months.
6 months?
A year. Why is that?
Okay. It's nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming in. We'll be in touch. Are you okay?
I'm not unemployable. I'm autistic. And sometimes I get too much information.